Louis Armstrong, born August 4th, 1901 in New Orleans, Louisiana, and he would die July 6, 1971 in New York City. At the age of 12, he was locked up in jail and sent to the Waif Home for Boys. It was here where the music teacher there asked him to be a part of the band, and he learned how to play a variety of instruments. He soon discovered that he was very good on the cornet, and he was picked to lead the band for the parade in New Orleans. At the age of 14, he began mentored by the best cornetist at the time, Joe King Oliver. In 1922, Oliver asked Armstrong to join his band in Chicago, and the two quickly became the talk of the town. They even started producing their own records together in 1923. It's also at this time that Armstrong began dating Lillian Hardin, a pianist in the band. After Armstrong married Harding, she encouraged him to make it on his own. He went to play in a New York orchestra, but he found it very unsatisfying, and he would eventually return to Chicago. The records created by Armstrong in the Hot Fives, later Sevens, when he came back, ended up being some of the most influential in jazz. His solos, in particular, moved jazz to being a bit of a more one person affair. He also introduced scat singing into jazz. His popularity was so high that he and his group went on to the Broadway revue Hot Chocolates. In 1947, Armstrong began fronting a group known as the All Stars, who he would remain with for the rest of his career. He was politically active and seen as breaking barriers for African Americans in the music industry. Armstrong continued to make music well into the 1960s. He even managed to knock the Beatles off the top of the charts when they were the most popular band in the world. However, years and years of touring took a toll on him. He would suffer a heart attack in 1959 and had heart and kidney problems in 1968. He went back to performing in 1970, but unfortunately died a year later in his sleep. Louis Armstrong has numerous accomplishments. He was a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee in 1990, a Grammy Award winner in 1964, a Lifetime Achievement Award in 1972, a member of the Grammy Hall of Fame for numerous years, the number one on the Billboard's top 40 albums for 6 straight weeks with Hello Dolly, and the first inductee into the ASCAP Jazz Wall of Fame. His all-time greatest hits, Hello Dolly, both achieved gold album status. What a Wonderful World actually reached platinum status back in 2001. He established a place for African Americans in mainstream music. He reinvented jazz for a new generation, introduced scat singing into jazz to turn jazz into a more independent model. This would pave the way for artists like Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder. If you would like to learn more about Louis Armstrong or other topics in African American history, there's a class offered either for a full year or semester at Freeport High School.